and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. Flying Eagles get tough draw in Group B of the 2025 Under-20 AFCON, scheduled for Ivory Coast between April 26 and May 18. Many crushed to death, others injured as trailer loses control in Kano. Court adjourns Ganduje, wife's alleged bribery looting case until April 15. I am Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. Born on April 10, 1928, barely 6 years after the Clifford Constitution and the first legislative elections in Nigeria, Adebanjo has lived through the finest and ugliest moments of Nigerian history: the constitutional processes, the struggle for independence, party politics leading to independence and after, the civil war, military rule, return to democracy, the struggle for the protection of democracy and civilian rule, and the bigger struggle of ensuring the survival and development of Nigeria. He joined the struggle early in 1943 as a Zikist, as a follower of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, but in 1951 he became a member of the youth wing of the Action Group and a mentee and political disciple of late Chief Obafemi Awolowo. This became the defining moment of his life, and 67 years later, he has remained faithful to the ideals of that political party and the ideology and political philosophy of his mentor, that is, Awoism. Ayo Adebanjo, a frontline political organizer and lawyer from southwest Nigeria, has died. May his soul rest in peace. Seven-time champions Nigeria will battle with Egypt, South Africa and Morocco in Group B of the 2025 Under-20 AFCON, scheduled for Ivory Coast between April 26 and May 18. The draw for the tournament was made at the CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt on Thursday. The Flying Eagles pipped the Young Pharaohs, who were also hosts of the last edition, 1-0 in a group phase match in 2023, and they must ensure a great start to their campaign in Ivory Coast to build confidence for a tough tournament, which will also serve as the qualifiers for the 2025 Under-20 World Cup in Chile from September 27 to October 19. Nigeria finished third in Egypt 2 years ago. It's the second consecutive time Nigeria will be in the same group as Egypt in the competition. Meanwhile, host Ivory Coast will have to contend with DR Congo, Ghana, Tanzania, and the yet-to-emerge representative team of the Central African Zone in a 5-team Group A. Away from sports, President Bola Tinubu has arrived at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, to participate in the 38th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union Heads of State and Government. The president, who arrived from France, was received at the airport by the Ethiopian Deputy Chief of Protocol, Eshetu Legis, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, and the Charge d'Affaires of the Nigerian Embassy in Ethiopia, Ambassador Nasir Aminu. A statement by the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the president was later briefed by Ambassador Tugar about the summit and some diplomatic wins for the country, a session that stretched until about 2 a.m. on Friday. This year's AU summit, under the theme Justice for Africans and People of African Descent Through Reparations, focuses on reparatory justice and racial healing. The president is expected to return to Abuja on Monday, February 17. The Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society is set to host its 60th annual international conference and exhibition on Monday 17th and Tuesday 18th February 2025. At a press conference ushering in the commencement of the activities marking the day, President of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society, Professor Akiade Shadrach Olatunji, said the conference is aimed at reawakening the consciousness of Nigerians to the centrality of the profession's attainment of any meaningful development. News Imefonokon has the details.
With the theme, Transformation of the Mineral, Energy, Water and Construction Sectors through Innovations, the President of Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society, Professor Akande Olatunji, said the various activities lined up for the 60th Annual International Conference and Exhibition is expected to lead to modification of old practices, adoption of new ways of doing things, and a permanent reorientation of the mindsets of Nigerians regarding the undisputable position of the geoscience and mining profession to the development of Nigeria's economy.
As you can see from the team and sub-teams, the geoscience and mining professions are central to achieving sustainable development in very diverse fields. This conference is therefore aimed at reawakening the consciousness of Nigeria and Nigerians to the centrality of this profession to the attainment of any meaningful development. The importance of utilizing the tools and solutions from the field will be on full display at this conference. And we will be using this conference to urge the Nigerian public to appreciate the need to utilize these available resources in solving developmental challenges in the various fields identified. The conference activity will kick off with a pre-conference panel discussion on Monday, 17th February.
Today's event is even more special in the sense that this precedes the 60th anniversary of the NMGS since inception. And so it's a very special conference for us. We're all on deck. It's a conference that we have had to, everybody as a member within the areas of this city forms and comes in as an LOC.
As the Nigerian government is looking for solutions and ways to solve many challenges confronting the mining sectors, the NMGS president expressed optimism that the forthcoming annual conference will provide solutions to challenges in the sector.
Experts from the energy, solid mineral, oil and gas, construction, water, environment and agriculture sectors are going to be making presentations on cutting-edge solutions to the challenges in this field. Academics will be presenting their research findings on the various teams and sub-teams. The Nigerian nation is currently looking for solutions and ways to solve the challenges confronted in all these sectors we have identified. What we are saying at NMGS is that these solutions are here with us. We're going to be sharing this in no small measure at the conference.
Olatunji further said the importance of utilizing the tools and solutions from the fields will be on full display at the conference. He therefore urged the public to appreciate the need to utilize available resources in solving developmental challenges in the various sectors identified. Imefon Okon reporting for News.
Motorists and commuters plying the Abuja-Kefi-Akwanga-Makurdi Expressway have commended the Nigerian government and operators of the toll gates for reacting swiftly to the traffic congestion experienced during the first 3 days of the process. The initial hiccup was, however, due to the cashless toll payment process, which the motorists are not familiar with. Reporters who visited the Garaku toll gate observed long engagements between the toll collectors and motorists, leading to longer processing times.
While toll collection is an integral part of this initiative, I must emphasize that our focus extends beyond revenue generation. Our primary objective is to ensure a seamless, safe, and secure experience for road users, while maintaining high standards of road infrastructure. In compliance with the federal government's directive, tolling operations on the road will be entirely cashless. This will give the public confidence that tolls collected will be put to good use and ensure that the roads are adequately maintained. At the plazas, we're going to have electronic toll cards, which is the e-tag systems, the touch and go cards, POS, and other electronic devices to ensure swift passage for road users.
According to them, this was expected as the practice is alien to this part of the country. The situation has now improved tremendously as there has not been traffic congestion beyond what is expected, even at peak periods. With constant engagement, motorists are now getting used to the system as they are being enlightened. The story that a woman gave birth on the road has been discovered to be fake news. It was packaged just to whip up sentiments. Meanwhile, Nigerians have been commending the initiative of the toll operations by the federal government on the Abuja-Akwanga-Lafia-Makurdi Road corridor to repay the $1 million loan obtained from the China Exim Bank for the road's rehabilitation and upgrade, which was officially launched on Tuesday, February 4, 2025. For the purpose of catching up with international standards and transparency, respondents in a vox pop advised the federal government not to consider manual cash collection systems to replace the current electronic toll collection systems. The Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria has decried the growing moral decadence, especially among the youth population in the society, and calls on citizens and governments at all levels, irrespective of religious affiliations, to promote and propagate values that uphold the common good of the country. Speaking at its 5th annual media parley in Abuja, CSN Secretary General Reverend Father Michael Ayanleke Banjo and other clerics emphasized that Nigeria's transformation depends on fostering a civilization of love, integrity, justice, and accountability.
If we truly want to transform Nigeria, if we want to get rid of these ills, that's one of people going back to paganism because of wealth, this quick rich syndrome, this quest for corrupt practices, and so on. We must engage in formation of consciences. They say, train a child the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs chapter 22. If you do not form the consciences of people, people will not be able to distinguish between good and evil. People will commit evil and there will be no disturbance. People would kill as it often happens in our society. And at night they will go to sleep undisturbed. I have said several times, oftentimes, the question we ask is, what kind of society will our children inherit? These questions you people are bringing up here, we are concerned, we are worried. But the other question to look at is, what kind of children do we want to inject into society? For Nigeria to be truly transformed, we must embrace the sacred duty of building a nation grounded in a civilization of love. And by this we mean love of God, love of one another, regardless of creed, regardless of tribe, and love of our country, more than we love ourselves. Poverty thrives due to lack of love. Corruption thrives because of selfishness and lack of love.
In our modern society, most families have abandoned their roles in the upbringing of the children. The children are abandoned to the streets and to social media for inculcation of values. when these children have no proper upbringing, whatever appeals to them is taken. What is the church doing? The church, being aware of her role as a mother and a light to enlighten the hearts and also sting to consciousness, these youths engage in several training and programs that will redirect the minds of the youth to the true God and to the true worship.
Speaking on the potential expansion of the Sharia law in southwest Nigeria, the Catholic Church expressed concerns, warning that such a move was capable of heightening religious tensions that could lead to conflict in the region.
Southwest Nigeria is, if you like, a melting pot of first Muslims, Christians, and African traditional religion adherents. So we have to take all that into consideration, because taking one against the other might pit one group against another. And in a place where you find in the same family people who follow these three religious traditions. So the church in Nigeria, Catholic Church in Nigeria, is asking for caution. First, not to throw away the legitimate desires of the people, but very importantly, looking at the people not as people do not exist in silos. We are not living separately, but we are all together. We have a common, if you like, geographic location. We also have common things that bring us together, so that we make sure that the implementation of these laws do not inhibit, do not restrict other people in their own practices and in fulfilling, reaching their own legitimate fulfillment and living as Nigerians.
We know that there is multiplication of charlatans in sacred places now. So if there is any government that have come up to say we need to put some check and balances into what is happening in this circle, I think it falls within one of the primary duties of government to protect the people. But in doing that, as many of our brothers have already said now, it will need to come with a lot of caution.
The church also urged media practitioners to be custodians of truth and advocates for moral renewal in Nigeria, while urging them to use their platforms to expose corruption, combat misinformation, and inspire hope among the people. A Kano High Court has adjourned until April 15 the hearing of all pending preliminary objections in the ongoing case of alleged bribery and misappropriation filed against APC chairman Abdullahi Ganduje and 7 others. Recall that the Kano state government had instituted an 8-count charge bordering on bribery allegations, misappropriation and division of public funds, which ran into billions of naira against Mr. Ganduje alongside his wife, Hafsat, Umar, and others. When the case came up for hearing of all pending applications on Thursday, counsel to the state, Adeola Adedipe, told the court that he was ready to proceed. Meanwhile, counsel to Mr. Ganduje, his wife and Umar, Lydia Oluwakemi Oyewo, had told the court also that she was ready to proceed. However, counsel to the 3rd and 7th defendant, Adekunle Taye Falola, informed the court that he was not ready to move his preliminary objection. Consequently, the presiding judge, Justice Amina Adamu Aliyu, granted all the applications for an extension of time and adjourned the matter until April 15, 2025 to hear all pending preliminary objections. Similarly, American compliance official of the giant cryptocurrency exchange Binance, Tigran Gambaryan, has accused Nigeria's National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, of demanding billions to fund his political ambition. Gambaryan said Ribadu could not push through his demand due to the exposure of a corruption scandal. Recall that Gambaryan, a United States citizen, was arrested and detained in February 2024 following the clampdown on the cryptocurrency firm over alleged manipulation of the naira. However, the money laundering charges were eventually dropped by the Nigerian government. While recounting his 8th-month ordeal and Ribadu's role, Gambaryan posted on X, acknowledged to have had a strong working relationship with the Nigerian law enforcement, but disclosed that their greed destroyed all cooperation between Nigeria and the entire industry. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us.
No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel. This is therefore a call to individuals, organizations, embassies, political office holders, and more to inform the world about their activities and achievements through documentaries. Here at Clearview, we parade the masters in the business of producing world-class documentaries. Show your stuff to the world by first contacting us through telephone number 0704-244-1177 or email us at clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com. Watch Clearview News at 7 p.m. daily, Monday to Friday on MITV, channel 255, DSTV, and on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Clearview News Desk. We clear the view, one time and for all time.
You're welcome back. A number of people have reportedly been killed, while others sustained different degrees of injuries after a trailer lost control on the popular Muhammadu Buhari Bridge in Kano. It was gathered that the trailer was said to be heading for the southern part of the country when the incident happened. According to a source, the trailer lost control while coming from Maiduguri Road, trying to navigate the interchange through the underpass tunnel, which gives access to Ring Road and connects to Zaria Highway. He added that the trailer slipped inside the underpass, stressing that some people were rescued while many lost their lives on the spot. The source explained that similar incidents involving trailers have occurred at the same spot. Meanwhile, the Kano State Fire Service Command spokesperson Saminu Yusuf Abdullahi, when contacted, said they were working to get details. Robbers armed with dangerous weapons have reportedly attacked residents of Imo Street by Afokang Road in Calabar Thursday night, leaving some wounded. This was just few hours after Governor Basi Utu had warned armed robbers and other criminals in Calabar and other parts of the state, declaring his readiness to deal with all forms of criminality with the launch of a security outfit called Operation Upwalk. The governor had donated 30 vehicles to strengthen security activities in the state. A statement by Mr. Gil Nsa, Chief Press Secretary to Governor Otu, said the initiative marks the first phase of a larger plan to deploy a total of 100 vehicles to enhance security operations across the state. Meanwhile, the Cross River State Commissioner of Police, CP Gyong Austin Grima, commended Governor Otu's unwavering support for security agencies, calling the donation a festival of vehicles. Now, Rose Idibia, the mother of veteran singer Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Tubaba or Two-Face, has raised the alarm that Nigerians should help her beg Edo State lawmaker Natasha Osawaru to leave her son. She made the appeal in a video that went viral on Thursday evening. According to Mrs. Idibia, Two-Face is presently not in his right frame of mind due to the divorce proceedings with his estranged wife, Annie. The entire drama has created a lot of reactions on and off social media, with many Nigerians dropping their 2 cents on the matter. Joining me is Clearview's Imefon Okon. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So it's been a very, very eventful week for Two-Face. He's been in the news several times and people are discussing. We'd just like you to, talk about the issue. What do you think about this ongoing drama, especially with the involvement of his mother at this moment?
Well, I think as a mother, she has every right to actually say what she said on the viral video that I saw. A mother will always protect our children, no matter how grown that child is. She still see that child as a child. We will see Two-Face as a mature person, but the mother still see him as a child. So that's why. But me, I feel the mother should sit the boy down and talk sense into that boy. She should leave the girl that is coming into the picture out of it, because if the family of that girl are not actually comfortable, they should also sit their daughter down and also talk sense into the daughter. But to tell people to start begging Natasha to leave the son, to me, is uncalled for.
So how would you judge the way Two-Face has been handling this whole drama? And also Annie, how would you rate or judge their handling of the situation?
I really appreciate Annie's silence. I just pray she will continue with this silent attitude, because it's actually helping the people are actually confused. They don't even know which side to fall on, because the lady has not said anything since Two-Face started this whole drama. So I really appreciate what Annie is doing. Annie is actually playing on the very mature side. But Two-Face, I feel Two-Face is still not, I don't know, it's like he's not stable. Because somebody that has gotten some number of children, he has children, and I feel the children are grown. I saw them on social media. I feel at this point, he should be like a mentor to younger boys and younger girls. He's a star. So people should look at him and want to learn from him, not people looking at him and not knowing where to start from. Now, even people that are not even enjoying marriage are also talking. So I feel at this point of his life, he has gone too far. And for him to start behaving the way he's behaving right now, I feel there's a problem. He needs to be cautioned. He should just sit down and look at the repercussion of all this action, what it will tell on the children in the future.
Okay, thank you so much, Imefon Okon, for giving us your little input, actually a wonderful contribution to this issue. The conversation still keeps... The conversation continues. However, that's all we can take right now. That's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Seven-time champions Nigeria will battle with Egypt, South Africa and Morocco in Group B of the 2025 Under-20 AFCON, scheduled for Ivory Coast between April 26 and May 18. A number of people have reportedly been killed, while others sustained different degrees of injuries after a trailer lost control on the popular Muhammadu Buhari Bridge in Kano. A Kano High Court has adjourned until April 15, hearing in all pending preliminary objections in the ongoing case of alleged bribery and misappropriation filed against APC chairman Abdullahi Ganduje and 7 others. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.